I'm at work this morning and I just had a break. I've been watching Sophia Panella on TikTok. She's been doing a podcast and added videos to it lately. They're like an hour long. She just really aligns like with where I'm at right now. So it's really interesting paying attention to the creators who really just like match what your vibe is and what you want your vibe to be. I just love watching her videos. Like, she's so cozy. Look at her there, like in her chair with the blanket. I've been trying to keep tabs on like my cortisol levels a little bit more too, so I've been trying to pay attention to my like eating habits. One thing that I was doing was drinking coffee on an empty stomach, so I've been trying to wait and like make sure I get to work first. I had some yogurt this morning. I've been trying to have like some type of fruit. Once I have that, then I'm like, okay, now you can start sipping on your coffee. Just trying to like change a couple little habits. I'm not sure if anybody else has been into cycle syncing lately, but I've been making like my own little routine. So I have it like all written out. And it's just like information for what your physical activity, what you should be eating. It can like really change your life. 2025 is a healthy year for us. Second mindful tip of the day. I want it to be a good start to the week. So I'm just gonna do a little like 5 or 10 minute like morning meditation. This has just been part of my morning routine. I've been doing a guided meditation just on Spotify. I usually listen to in the morning just when I want a little 5-minute pick-me-up. And I've listened to this one quite a few times, and the girl that does it, she's very soothing and calming. Hopefully that will prepare me for the day. My client just brought me some cookies, a little sweet treat. I'm always down for a chocolate chip cookie. It's snowing so much today. I didn't even realize that it was supposed to, but it's been snowing like all afternoon. All done work for the day. I have a major headache. Very ready for the day to be done. Shane likes to plow. So cute. Oh, Millie. Millie didn't get her treat yet. She's waiting. Are you waiting patiently for your treat? Are you waiting patiently? Immediately putting on my pajamas.
He was until he missed a few weeks.
Check how much we just got of snow last night. Oh, such a pretty view. Shane just plowed the driveway last night, but you can't even tell. Where did this come from? I didn't think we were getting any more snow this winter. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what to wear. I did the sock curls this morning, and I had like the 2 sections at the top for like my bangs, so 4 little socks. I literally look so crazy, but if you do the sock curls, like, it actually turned out so good. Do you like your silk pillowcase? You're just the cutest little girl in the world. I've got most of my stuff packed for Disney too. I'm like on the ball. I did this last weekend, so I'm really ahead of the game. I've just got to figure out like the last couple things that I'm bringing and fill up my backpack, but that definitely won't be hard. I'm trying to like make more room because I've got everything just in the carry-on and we're not checking bags, so I'm like, Shane's got a large bag, so anything that doesn't fit in mine at least can go in his. I made it to work. The schools were actually canceled today because the weather was so bad. We got so much snow overnight. Miss being in school and getting snow days. It's so nice to wake up to snow in the morning. I've got my blueberries and my banana for breakfast today. It looks so disgusting, but it's like completely fine on the inside. It's just because I had it in the fridge. One of my cookies from yesterday would be really good after this. So I think basically in the last 6 months my frontal lobe has developed, and in September I turned 25, so I feel like that's pretty like on brand for 25. Like, that's when your frontal lobe develops. You kind of just like see the world a little bit different. What you thought that you were interested in maybe has changed, and even just like setting goals with yourself, get so wrapped up in pleasing everybody. Kind of that journey into adulthood is like a little bit of a gray area that I feel like not many people talk about. Maybe they do talk about it, but you just like don't quite understand until like it's already happened to you. It's definitely an interesting experience. You kind of just get to explore your relationship with yourself a little bit more, and really necessary to have like healthy relationships in your life, because you need to be able to communicate your wants and your needs with a partner, your friends, your family. Like, you need to be able to advocate for yourself. Like actually take the time to figure out who you are and like look internally. And I feel like with social media, it's definitely harder to do that because there's so many people out here telling you how you should be feeling, how you should act, what your daily activities should be. If you're not like going hard at the gym like 7 days a week, then you're failing. Like I feel like we just need to have like a little bit of a reality check maybe. Remember, like we're in real life here. A lot of people who are doing gym 7 days a week probably don't have jobs, or like that's just them. That's just what works with their lifestyle. That's like the expectation for everybody, right? Like it's, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing life right. I feel like it's all about just finding the balance with what works for you and in your life and what you want your life to be. Maybe you just need to explore like a different way of movement and exercise. You can walk, do yoga, stretching. Like it doesn't have to be running on the treadmill or weightlifting. I don't know, sometimes I'm doing housework and I've got my Apple Watch on. I end up with 10,000 steps like just doing my housework. So I feel like you can like pay attention to the different ways that you're incorporating exercise into your like everyday life. And maybe if you spent your whole day doing housework and you have 10,000 steps, and like you don't have to go to the gym today. It's all about that balance, and like you want to get your 30 minutes of exercise per day. Split it up. It doesn't have to be so intimidating. Which brings us into the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and what has really like brought back my confidence as a woman. Like I feel like I'm rebranding as like a woman now. Like I was like a little girly, and like she's still in there. You know, you can add things into your everyday life to kind of bring out like your inner child as well. Yesterday I was writing down like a routine for cycle syncing and cycle tracking. First of all, if you don't track your cycle, like some people aren't able to if you have like irregular periods and everything, but if you like track your period and your cycle, it is so like mind-blowing what you can do with the cycle sync. If you don't know what it is, it's basically there's different phases in your menstrual cycle. So it's not just like 1 week of your period, that's it. Like obviously we know that there's other parts to it. There's ovulation, but like I feel like in school like you really don't get taught much. I don't know, you're just like not really paying attention to that. That's embarrassing like in high school. But I feel like there needs to be more education on it, and like so great to have TikTok, YouTube, like just so much information that's available to us now. It's wild to me. I think 2024, the first year that I had ever heard of follicular phase and luteal phase, which is like, how are you not taught that in school? Like, I don't remember learning that. Maybe some schools teach it, but I definitely don't remember learning that. I just feel like once you learn about like the female cycle, you're like, oh, no wonder I don't feel the exact same like every single day of the month. Like your body's doing different things depending on what phase of your cycle you're in. Pay attention to your body and like listen to what it's telling you instead of just following such a like rigid schedule of gym every single day, yada yada. Like you just have to pay attention. Like if you're sick, your body needs to rest. Life hacks, like how to live an easier life, like track your cycle. Try cycle syncing. Try it for like a month and see how you feel. But this is pretty wild to me. So this is just like how the internet works now. I had put into ChatGPT for it to make me a 28-day daily routine, which incorporates how much sleep I should be getting, physical activity, meals, like just well-being in general, everything that I need to do and what's affected during the different phases of my cycle. ChatGPT, like the MVP, literally made me an entire like 28-day routine with all of the information. So of course I screenshotted it, and then this is what I was writing yesterday. So it's just like I literally wrote it all down in like my colorful markers, which like that inner child, like I love writing with colorful markers, like who doesn't? So I'll give you like a little brief overview of what it gave me. Your first phase is the menstrual phase. So that's actually like when you're having your period. So estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest, and it's time to rest and reflect as your body is shedding the uterine lining. Physical activity for that time, you're supposed to focus on gentle exercise, so don't try and work yourself too hard. So it says to focus on yoga, light stretching, or walking. Avoid high intensity workouts. Meals, focus on iron-rich foods. It includes leafy greens, beans, lentils, tofu, red meat, and quinoa. And hydrate, of course. Of course, we know if you think you're drinking enough water, like you're probably not. So just always drink more water. And herbal tea, such as chamomile or ginger tea, to help with bloating and cramps. Easy to digest foods like soups, stews, and smoothies. Sleep. 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So consider going to bed earlier if you feel tired or need extra rest. Have a relaxing bedtime routine with minimal screens. I tried this and I noticed there was one night that I actually was on my phone right before sleep, and then I was on my phone like pretty much right away in the morning. I was exhausted that day. Like I could tell that I didn't get as good of a sleep. Things that you notice a little bit more. It's so weird. Mental and emotional well-being for during this phase. Reflect on your previous cycle, journal, and give yourself space to slow down. 2025, I'm slowing down. Let's do it. Let's stop putting so much pressure on ourselves. Engage in activities that help you relax and unwind. I've been doing a lot of meditation, and me and Shane have been playing games at night instead of on our phones scrolling TikTok. Catch yourself in that moment and be like, I should probably stop with the scrolling, and maybe I should read a chapter before bed. I didn't go get a coffee, so I'm gonna go to Sip. Need something to warm me up, and I didn't bring my own coffee today. Oh, there she is. It's really cold. Caramel macchiato chai, my fave. There was a lot of people just coughing in there, like really bad coughing. I've got my caramel macchiato chai latte from Sip, super extra order. Nothing has beat this yet, and I'm like a sweet drink girly. If it's not sweet enough, then I don't really want it. Let's give this a little try. Just like that warm caramel. So it's nice to be inside, cozy, warm, with a nice warm drink. Let's talk a little bit about goals. I feel like people usually get really intimidated by talking about goals. I feel like there's such a stigma around having these huge, sometimes unattainable goals. Just focus on like the smaller goals for the year. The vision board was kind of like my idea of goals, I guess, for the year, but less specific goals and more just like a certain vibe for 2025. Basically on our like 2025 vision board, I want to start wedding planning. There's no set timeline of like when I have to complete the wedding planning. That's something that I'm going to be focusing in on more for 2025. And I feel like that's all kind of like your goals, and your vision board is what you plan to prioritize for the year. You only have so much to give, right? You don't want to start to put too much on yourself and create that burnout. We want to go camping this summer. We didn't get to last summer. It was just so hectic. A wood stove with cups of coffee heating up on it with some muffins. That just seems so cozy. Like I just want those cozy vibes for me. Healthy meals, like we're trying to eat different and in according to my cycle syncing as well. There's two girls sitting on the porch with a cup of coffee. For me and my sister, I want to spend more time with her this year. Last year we did spend a lot of time together for like her wedding stuff. I want it to be focusing on the two of us and just doing fun things that we like to do together. Summoning that inner child too, and like we're sisters, right? We used to play together as kids all the time. Like channel that a little bit too. Disney, can check that off. Desk here with like a journal and nice stationery. As a kid, I loved stationery so much, and I feel like it's one thing that I kind of fell out of as an adult because I don't have a job where I'm in an office at a desk writing stuff down all the time. I'm going to incorporate that more into my personal life with journaling, and like I have a planner and just like making it a little bit more fun to want to do. And no, I'm choosing to want to have a planner, and that's where I'm incorporating like the things that my inner child liked, the stationery, the fun colored pen, just to bring back that little bit of joy in different areas of your life that you maybe didn't realize you had kind of slipped away from. There will be some wedding planning happening this year. I don't know exactly what we want to do. Not a big wedding. Got a Pinterest board. I've been Pinteresting. We're working on it. Something about it, like when you don't make it yourself, so much better. Caramel. That is one of my goals for this year, just to be a little bit more organized in general, and I feel like I'm gonna reap the benefits of it because it's going to be a lot more organized up here. I'm going to be less like scatterbrain. It's only helping me, and it's something fun. And when I achieve it, like, that's such a good feeling, like confident and powerful that I can actually set my mind that I want to do something and achieve it. Like, even if it's the smallest thing, like, that's how your confidence builds up. What even are your priorities in life? What are you working towards? Figure out those kind of like big milestones. After that, you can break down your year, I guess, month by month or something. You can break it down as much as you want. Okay, this is my big goal for 2025. What are these certain things that I can work on each month of the year, each week of that month, each day of that week? Like, how detailed you want to get. You put a lot of work into it. It's gonna be so easy. You're gonna be laughing. That's what we're manifesting for 2025. The good, chill vibes, reaching our goals. I love learning. I love doing research. I just enjoy listening to a lot of podcasts lately. That's not new or anything. I've found creators that I really like and connect with. It's so much easier to get that inspiration having a podcast on while I'm doing the dishes, learning, and I'm bringing in that fun factor, mundane tasks that I have to do every day. I'm surrounding myself with more knowledge just while I'm doing the dishes. Imagine how much you can learn. Actually want to prioritize those things. It's all about finding what works with you and with your own schedule and lifestyle that you want to live, and your partner, for them to kind of be on the same page too. You can work at things together. It's important to have your own motivation as well. It definitely makes things easier if you guys are both on the same page. If you want me to go over and like post pictures of the like cycle syncing sheets that I have written out too, like, let me know. And I find that stuff really interesting. You don't have to wonder what's happening, like if you're randomly bloated in the middle of the month, kind of pinpoint where you're at. Let me drink a bunch of water so that I can like help with the bloating. When you understand those reasons more, it's easier for you to not be so hard on yourself. It's intriguing. It's cool. I'm just going on this journey myself. Maybe some other people find it interesting too. It's just fun. We're gonna have a fun year. Cheers.